Alright, 2 grumpy people! That's us. In case you didn't know.
We have big grumpy people.
Yeah. They've gotten less grumpy over the years.
There. Okay, 2 grumpy people, and today we're talking about...
We're doing our wonderful top 10 lists. Today we're talking about the most overlooked animatronics or audio animatronic figures throughout Disney parks.
Yeah, because we love animatronics, and you know, we always talk about how great the ones in the Hall of Presidents and Pirates of the Caribbean, and of course the really cool Witch.
Yes.
And
one of the first A100s.
And great movie, right? She's like really awesome. But we were thinking, well, what about the ones that you really don't think about as much? You know, the ones that don't get as much attention.
And the one that got me started thinking about it was Figure of the Cats, which they recently installed at Disneyland's new Fantasy Fair area. Yeah. They redid a whole area to the side, just off to the left-hand side, just before you get to the castle at Disneyland. They installed this wonderful, or they redid this wonderful area, and they call it Disneyland's Fantasy Fair. And they had it's a whole bunch of meet and greets. A little stage where they do shows, and then it's just street atmosphere. And so what they did is at one of the buildings they have set up, they have outside a large plastic, well not plastic, more fiberglass Figaro character with a bird also in a cage next to him. And just every few minutes he wakes up and does a little thing. He's only got about as much motion as you would see at a Disney store character, but it's something that you may or may not notice.
It'd be kind of cool, like if you weren't really expecting, you're just there watching it. Oh, look, cool.
Woke up for a second. Oh, that's cool. And that's the kind of stuff we're talking about.
There's a lot of those characters that never get the limelight, or not very often. So it's kind of cool to just tip your hat to them every now and then. Yeah. And they're like Easter eggs or something. They're like
the
things that you look for in the various parts.
Very much an Easter egg.
Not paying attention. And you're like, oh, cool. Yeah. So, Figaro's, I guess 10, we count down, 10, 9, 8. They're not actually in any order.
Yes. So, we figure out the cat, and then, also, something you don't necessarily think about are the robot birds in Star Tours.
Yeah, because we initially said, oh, what about the 2 robots, droids that talk in the Star Tours line, which we know that those were voiced by a couple of the guys that helped build that attraction. But then we were thinking, oh wait a minute, there's also the ones, if you look on the shelf, there's some that look like they're being taken apart or something, and those actually are old birds from the Tiki Room attraction, and they just have their external, their feathers and beaks and everything taken off, so you can see the armature inside. So it's really kind of cool. Those are real animatronics, but they're in the shop as if they're just props to be worked on. So it's kind of a neat thing to be looking for. And when you see them, you'll know. You'll be like, oh, those are the Tiki Room birds.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of cool. So that's that one. And then, there's also the Raven from Haunted Mansion, which has this wonderful backstory behind it.
Yeah, I love the backstory of the Raven because you'll notice, not so much in the Disneyland one from what I'm told. I've not been to the Disneyland Haunted Mansion, but the Disney World one, every room you go through, except for the very last one, you'll see somewhere in there a raven, a blackbird, a crow, whatever you want to call it. But most of them don't do anything. They just sit there. Some of them have like glowing red eyes, except for the very last one that caws as you go out. And it's kind of spooky and creepy. But the original story was supposed to be that the raven was the one telling the story. So that's why there is one in every room, because he was supposed to be the narrator. As you came through the room, the narrator would tell you that part of the story. And then they decided to go with the ghost host. So the raven was just sort of left over. But he's still there. He doesn't do much except the very last one, which is a true audio animatronic. He caws and moves. So that's kind of cool.
And they're slowly getting rid of them in recent years.
Yeah, I don't want them to get rid of them. I want them to keep them because they really add a spooky atmosphere. They're really cool. And I like the backstory.
And then another one is one of my favorites, the goat. that you can see on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. You see it when you drive it, when you go past on the Disney World train too.
Yeah, but I think
the
it's really
Disneyland
cool.
train.
Because like remember the first time you go on the ride, you know, and you notice all the things for the first time, like the giant dinosaur skeleton sticking out the side of the mountain, and you see the goat. You're like, there's a goat up there. What's a goat doing up there? You know. So I think it's really cool. And then just recently they tried to feature him a little bit. There was actually it was like an online thing that they were doing where you could go vote for the goat or something like that.
Vote for goat.
Yes, it was like a Facebook thing where they were having fans write in, play a game. I don't remember what all it consisted of, but they were trying to feature the goat a little bit.
Goat, vote. Vote
So that's
goat.
kind of something fun to watch. He's up on top of a shack because the storyline of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is that the town got washed out. There was a big flood, and then so you know the goat is up on the roof of the house. Where I guess he got left by the flood. Yes. Either that or he was just hungry.
So,
He's cool.
Epcot's Innoventions. There is actually two of this guy.
Yeah.
And Innoventions East and Innoventions West.
And for a long time I had only seen the one.
Yes.
You kept telling me about the other one.
Yes. Tom Morrow 2.0.
The one is like he's on top of like some kind of like post or pole or something. He's like in like a little crow's nest type thing. And that was the one that I had seen first.
Yes.
So he doesn't move around. He just his upper body essentially moves. He talks and
He turns around and stuff.
And then the other one is a little bitty one.
Yeah.
That one actually moves this way. Two versions, and they don't really even look all that much alike, honestly.
Not really.
But they're two fully jointed animation characters. Yeah. What's really cool is that when you're writing on the webway or the webway, you know, the people mover. It's the people mover. They actually make a mention of Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow, and there actually is a Tom Morrow. So
it's not the same Tom Morrow.
It's not, but it doesn't matter.
This is Tom Morrow 2.0. There was a Tom Morrow as well.
Back in the day. But he's gone now. Otherwise he'd be on the steps.
Then there's the seagulls.
Yeah.
Also in Epcot.
Yeah, I forgot about that one when you mentioned that one.
The seas with Nemo and friends. Mine.
They're so cool. Because you're not expecting them, and then you're walking up to the little Nemo. It's outside the building, you know, and they're not announced or anything, and then there are just these seagulls there, and then they talk, and you're like, oh, those are animatronics. Those are cool. And everybody always points them out. Why are you staring at me? Mine? Their heads.
Continuing on, if you go to the Land Pavilion, and you go on the Living with the Land. That's not the song. Let's listen to the land first of all.
Yes, listen. And they don't sing it anymore anyway.
No.
Yeah, they took the song out. It used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how it went.
Yes. Listen to the land. Listen to the yes. Yes, we know. There's a desert scene. And then there is like someone's farm.
Yeah. Well, there's two bison and then they come to the farm.
I know. Okay. In the desert scene.
Okay.
There's two bison and some meerkats.
Oh, yeah. Little pop around. And then there's
a farmhouse. And there's some chickens, a rooster, and a dog.
You hear the rooster. The rooster like puts its head back and crows. And then you hear the dog bark. And the goats. The goats move too.
Oh, and the goats.
And what's really cool is from inside the restaurant.
You actually see that scene. The garden grill.
Garden grill, yeah. It's really cool. I recommend it if you want to. And that's one of the character things. But from inside there, like we said, you can see the house. You can see them from the other side. You can see the house. And you hear the rooster crow every now and then.
Actually, more like every few seconds.
Yeah, quite often. You hear the rooster more than anything. I mean, the dog barks and stuff, but you don't really hear it as much. But you hear that rooster a lot.
So he's right there next to the window.
But it's kind of cool.
And so, if we exit Epcot, go all the way over, you know, take the little boat over to,
Universal.
no.
No. Oh.
We're not going all the way outside of Disney. Going to Disney's
Oh, okay. Disney.
Hollywood Studios. To
And you
Pixar Place. And this is one you'll really more than likely overlook because it is something that is hidden until it's showtime.
It only comes out.
Which is the Luxo Jr. lamp.
Yeah. It's really
cool. Which comes out.
That's the little lamp at the beginning of
all the Pixar
movies. Yeah, it comes out and it jumps on the little ball, squishes the ball, and turns the light on. That's Luxo. Okay, so he's really cool, but you probably won't get to see him. Sorry.
Well, you'll likely
just stand there and wait. Go on.
May not.
But you might get lucky.
You're not likely to see him when he's not performing. Is the point. Yeah. And continuing on that is one you will probably never see.
You'll probably never get that shot.
Is the bird in a cage inside Cinderella's Castle's Royal Dream Suite, whatever they call it.
Yeah. So unless you can afford to reserve Cinderella's Dream Suite,
which you can't
Good
do.
Luck with that.
Unless you're a celebrity, maybe.
Yeah. Or you win some contest.
Yeah, they do a contest again. You get to go.
But if you do, there's a bird in a cage in there, and that's supposed to be reminiscent of the very original bird in a cage that inspired Disney to build the animatronics in the first place, because that was his first exposure to animatronic little characters. He was in New Orleans and he ran into a little shop where they were selling the little bird singing in the cage, and after that he ended up developing his own animatronics and Tikin and so forth.
He did a lot because of New Orleans.
New Orleans, obviously.
Very. Well, he built all of New Orleans Square.
Yes.
Because of New Orleans.
Right.
And even bought antiques for Club 33, which he wanted to start in Disneyland, but never actually got to visit.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, if you ever do get a chance to be inside Club 33, if you go into the trophy room in the upper corner, there is a vulture on a branch. And the original plan was that vulture would be wired up, and it is an audio-animatronic figure. It does move, just not very often because it's supposed to be remote controlled. There are some microphones hidden in the chandeliers of that room, so someone would be listening in on the other room, and they would be controlling the vulture, and you'd be able to have a conversation with the vulture because of the chandelier. Every so often they still do it, but it's not very common.
It's not even like the Roz character or the Mr. Potato Head character, where they're not really responding. They have set
those
phrases
ones are set phrases,
yeah.
But this one is someone actually it's more like Turtle Talk with Crush.
Someone's actually in the other room responding back to you. Well, that would be cool. I'll never get to go to Club 33, but if I did.
Well, it's possible. They do tours every so often. If you're in Disneyland, they'll do the tours every so often. So
I don't know the odds, but I might.
You might.
Might in the future.
And so, that does it for our top 10 list already. That was quick.
But those are just the ones that are like the least noticed, the least appreciated of all those. There are hundreds and hundreds and
millions of audio-animatronic figures.
I don't know if there are millions, but
in
there
all
are
of
hundreds.
Disney parks. There are thousands at least.
All the characters in Pirates of the Caribbean, and all the dark rides, really. Especially Splash Mountain.
Yes, and Splash Mountain.
And Splash Mountain. And Stitch, and
Small
Stitch's
World.
Great Escape, and
Carousel of Progress.
Yeah. And Buzz Lightyear. And BuzzCon.
Space Ranger's Bed.
So lots and lots of animatronics, which we love, but those are the ones that are least appreciated, that we think you should keep an eye out for and appreciate when you see them, because nobody notices them. Take a picture. It'll be something different than everybody else has.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. So stick with us till next time when we talk about
something
or something else.